if you really do have the public interest in mind, if you really are a quote-unquote journalist or activist who is trying to make the world a better place, you do not make cop watchers look bad with your goddamn ego. Alright, welcome to the next cop watching commentary / critique video. Before I begin, I just want to say something to the very few people who have complained about the chipmunk voice. I don't care. So stop complaining. Alright, I don't care if not everybody in the world is able to verbally defend themselves effectively in the ways that I explain. Right? I've obviously been there, done that, with my freedom and finances on the line, and had wild success. I don't know anyone who's had greater success than I have. So if you don't like it, too bad. Stop complaining about it. If your CPU can't run that fast, then use YouTube option about the play speed to slow it down for you. Alright, cool. Alright, so this video is definitely of someone being way too assertive with the police, and this is yet another example of what not to do. This is not bravery, this is stupidity. Okay, so he walks up on a stop. I see 4 cars so far. There's several police around. Let's go.
Man, these guys are all over. Alright? Pretty good of ourselves. Name and badge number since you made contact.
So the cop just wants to get a blip on his radar. This guy's obviously coming at us with a camera, so he's trying to hold us accountable, so he's not on our side. So is he going to do something crazy? Let me just see if he's sober or on drugs or what his state is. I don't have a problem with cops doing that. I do have a problem with this guy going up, hey, name and badge number. Like, don't use name and badge number just randomly. If you overuse it, they're going to get sick of doing it. Just generically, countrywide. It only really needs to come out if they're doing something wrong. Now, with you verbally threatening, of course pulling over a car and extorting them for money over a nonviolent victimless criminal charge or quote-unquote violation, of course that's wrong. I'm not talking about that kind of wrong. I'm just saying, don't overuse it.
What's that? Name and badge number since you made contact. This doesn't concern you, sir. Well, you made contact. Said hello. Huh? You got the noodle, that's what we said. Yeah, and you still made contact, so I'm requesting name and badge number so I know who I'm talking to.
Okay, so apparently he's insisting on some rule about, if they make contact, then they have to give it. Well, I guarantee you're going to be relying on their rules written by their legislators / politicians, real just criminals in suits, and their judges, just gangbangers in black robes. So why would you rely on their system of rules when you obviously have a problem with them and their rules? That doesn't make any sense. Cops don't have to do anything. Now, if you want to get their name and badge number because you're going to file a complaint later for a valid reason, or, do a bunch of other things you could do, go to police commission, or write a letter, email to the mayor, whatever it is you're going to do, then fine. But otherwise, it's just not necessary until they get out of line. And again, according to what? According to what a jury would find friendly, unfortunately. I wish that wasn't the way it is, but it is the way it is. They have all the power, all right? And they are hurt the most when we act jury-friendly, when we are most effective in the potential to damage their public image widely, and even locally, all right?
What you want to do, all right? Okay, so you guys are a bunch of tyrants. Man, this is real funny.
That's not an intelligent thing to say. You guys are a bunch of tyrants, and this is real funny. It's just look, man, look up stoicism. Okay? Unless the cop's doing something wrong, you don't even need to engage in them. Engage with them. I would first and foremost talk to the passenger of the car getting pulled over. I wouldn't film them. I would film to the side so they could see you're not interested in filming their face. And just say, hey, I'm just filming the police to make sure they don't do anything squirrely. Are you pulled over voluntarily, or do you have a problem with them trying to extort money off of you for a nonviolent victimless crime? Just to get a feel for where they stand. Because if they basically go, look, I don't need your help, I'm fine with the police, I'd appreciate it if you just go away, then see ya. See ya. I'm not going to risk any slight chance of me actually catching some trouble for someone who doesn't appreciate it. But my experience has been most people are like, oh yeah, thanks man, thanks, hey, this is what they're doing wrong, and they start talking about what they don't like the cops doing. So I'm not going to put myself at risk for people who don't appreciate it, first and foremost. So I talk to the people in the car before I talk to the police. And I don't talk to the police unless they're doing something that's blatantly wrong and jury-friendly. Okay, there's my points.
Doesn't concern me. It concerns me as a matter of public interest for journalism.
That's not specific enough. You're being too vague. And you don't even need to respond to their assertion there anyway, or effectively. It's just unnecessary. But if you are going to respond, be specific. You want something powerful when it comes to accurate and the truth? Be specific. You want vague protections based on what their own rules claim they should protect? Then be vague.
Apparently they don't understand what the concept of making contact is.
No, they don't. And even I don't. And I've been doing this for years. And I'm better at it than this guy. I've been in court half a dozen times for every time I point a camera at a cop.
No markings, no body cams, no nothing. They don't want to identify. It's kind of funny.
So he's kind of talking to the camera, but apparently this wasn't a live stream. What is really creepy are their camo uniforms. Cops should not be wearing camo. Here's where he really screws up. Okay, watch where he goes.
Plate number ES30.
Okay, right there, danger zone. You are crossing the line right here. Okay? All these people are armed to the teeth. They will back each other up. When one starts shooting, all the rest start shooting too, to help justify the first shooting in the first place. Okay? You're approaching a guy from a rear. He's not aware that you're there. Well, He may be, but as of right now, he doesn't know your exact position. If he turns around really quick, you could startle him. And now you're going out into the road and giving them a reason to be stupid with, oh, for your public safety, get off the road, or go around the sidewalk, and start issuing you directions. What are you gaining by coming around this edge? Are you gaining any advantage in information? Are you videotaping anything that's to your advantage? Are you applying any kind of pressure on the police that's to your advantage? No, no, and double no. This is dangerous. Do not do this.
No markings. No identification.
So here's the guy. Okay, he's aware of his presence now and judges that he's not a threat. After all, it's one cameraman against many cops. Alright, this cop over here is obviously talking to the driver here and doing his nonsense, legalized crimes, but way too close. If you've listened to my videos, you know 15 feet at a minimum, maybe 10, but no, I do not get closer than that. If you've seen me do it in videos, it's because probably more than one person was around, or I had already established that these cops were no real threat. And if that hits my radar, and it does sometimes, I'll break my own rule about the 10 feet. But for everyone else listening, stay at 15, even 20. There's just no need. You can zoom in from across the street and get shots closer than this. Okay? If I want to shoot this side, I will cross the road and get on the public sidewalk and film them from there. We've got great zoom. Take advantage of it. Now, if I want to collect the audio of what's being said, then I will get closer. Like, for instance, if I wanted to get the audio of this thug in a camo talking to this innocent victim driver in the vehicle, I will get on the other side of the vehicle, more on the public sidewalk or the grass there, and hopefully my equipment will be close enough to pick up what they're saying. Also, obviously, when this encounter between the driver and this gangbanger in a camo uniform is complete, that's really your best opportunity to talk to the driver as well. Okay, because quite often they will be thankful and more than willing to speak to you and even willing to go on camera. So, I've given multiple reasons why there's no good reason to be this close to the police and in the middle of the road. It doesn't make sense. I watched this for the first time and I started to pucker up. I was like, oh Jesus, here we go. Another guy making a stupid mistake and he's going to end up, getting arrested or a very dangerous situation where he does not have to be and he's not gaining anything from it and therefore making cop watchers look bad. This is what these videos are trying to do, to avoid that as much as possible.
Oh, that's cool. You don't need to be walking up on a traffic stop. I'm not walking up on a traffic stop. Go on. No, I'm fine. I'm not in it. You can do your job. So if you keep it up, then you're going to go to jail.
Now, obviously, a threat to go to jail is a piece of shit move. And them using their vague, interference is a piece of shit allegation. But getting that close and circling, he was 2 feet away 1 foot away from the actual vehicle. He went right around the bumper. He was right up on... Look, if I was pulling private security, if someone hired me to do private security and I had to actually interact with someone doing some actually dangerous shit in a car, I don't want somebody, I don't know, around with a camera pointed at me around my back. They're obviously not on my side. They obviously have a problem with me. They don't need to be that close. I might just kind of turn around for a second and watch them as they go on by and not say anything to them. But given the state of reality, I don't have a problem with what that cop did. He said it fairly respectfully, calmly. He wasn't looking angry. He wasn't physically, seeming to threaten him, other than the you're going to go to jail shit, right? So, in the public eye, and according to juries, cops are winning here. I'm not saying they're winning overall, but they're winning here where the power lies, which is with the perception of what a jury will likely determine in the future.
I'm not. Walk away.
So now they're saying, now you gotta walk away. Now keep in mind, if you're in this situation, you don't know if you're gonna be arrested a minute from now, 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, if it's gonna be a legit reason, according to the jury, or a bullshit, completely zero, no reason defendable whatsoever. They don't care about the jury. They're just dumb cops who don't think, people who work for the county and responsible for the kind of headache that will be caused if they get sued for a legitimate matter that is threatening, because the jury will likely find for the person who got arrested. That does happen. But now he's so close, unnecessarily not getting any extra information, that now he from his own actions, caused the cops to start giving directions as to where he can and cannot stand. And that's not good. We don't ever want cops to have to tell us, you can stand here or you can't stand there. I don't like that. I'd rather they don't mention anything about where I can be and I can go wherever I want. Within reason, where it's smart to go, and I'll obviously avoid areas where it's not smart to go, which is what this guy did, obviously.
No, I'm fine. I'm on a public sidewalk.
Over there, then.
I was trying to get
here and see what I'm doing. You just stay where you're at.
Public interest journalism. I'm trying to identify you.
See, this guy makes journalists, quote unquote, with a camera, a cell phone camera, whatever kind of camera, look bad. If I go out cop watching and I've got a camera equipment, I'm around a traffic stop, you make it harder for me to do my job, because generally speaking, cops who run into people like this get this bad impression, and now they're judging me as someone who's more closely aligned with your behavior instead of what is effective and actually, attractive to independent fence-sitter viewers on YouTube and online and whatnot.
Involved in my investigation.
You can continue your investigation. I'm not getting involved in nothing. I'm doing my own investigation.
Don't walk over here again is what I'm telling you.
Is that a lawful order? Or is that a request?
That's a lawful order.
Okay, we'll see.
Over here.
Okay.
In my space when I'm
I didn't even come.
So now he had to specify it. It's a lawful order. I'm telling you not to walk over here and get in my space. Because if he were to just walk over there, cross the road and go to the other side, then it wouldn't be a lawful order. But and get in my space, now that makes it a lawful order. According to who? His training, which is influenced by what? Juries. What they perceive will be friendly to a jury.
I'm near your space.
Just don't do it.
Okay, whatever. You're not my daddy.
That's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. You're not my effing daddy. What are you, freaking 16? I mean, if the cops started putting out propaganda that would purposefully make cop watchers look bad, this would be a video that I could see them making. Hey, undercover cop, pretend to be a cop watcher, film a traffic stop, be a jerk, be too risky, don't be effective in gaining any really relevant, useful information, and that'll help us smear the image of cop watchers everywhere. Okay, cool, he might shoot a video like this. Okay, he edited that himself. And now these guys are doing their shit camo.
Constantly
Cops
not
in
want to
camo.
identify
Give me a
tyrants.
break. At least it's a little closer to the truth. Now he's swearing up a storm.
Tell me.
Now he's got to feel better. Like, oh, nah, see how defiant and tough I am? They tried to tell me what to do, but now as they're leaving, now is when I start swearing up a storm and saying tough guy words that aren't even necessary, let alone professional. If you're going to put a camera on cops, try to adopt and maintain an image of professionalism. Now, if they do bullshit that's hilarious and or violent, and you feel like mocking them and dropping a few swear words in it, I don't care. I think that's just fine. Don't be so vulgar that'll make a jury go, ooh, blush or anything. But if it's funny and said with a smile and laughter, a few swear words here and there, no problem. Especially if they're deserved. But don't just, oh, I feel a little scared there because he's trying to tell me what to do and threaten me with the rest. So now that they're leaving, this has nothing to do with courage, right? I'm going to start cursing them out. Don't do that.
Bunch of cowards trying to get identified markings and they got it covered. Never identify. You guys are a bunch of
They don't need to identify. And the reason why they don't is because a jury will not agree with you that they need to identify. Okay, juries support cops, if you haven't noticed. 9 times out of 10, or some crazy ratio like that, juries support cops. We're working against that ratio. Okay, if you want to get their identification, and when I say support, I mean they help protect. So if you want to legitimately get a cop's identification, there has to be a good jury-friendly reason. So don't shoot the messenger. I don't make the rules, alright?
F you.
F you, middle finger. Oh, cute. This man was arrested by local police only a few hours later. He is currently being held without any charges being filed. So they're going to cause him pain and grief in a safe way to where he won't be able to sue and come back at him. And they get on the radio, oh, that guy's a real asshole. Now I'm going to get him. We're going to set him up. And you don't think cops do that? Of course cops do that. Of course cops do that. They get together, how can we screw this guy? How can we arrest this guy? Let's plan this out. It's conspiracy. It's totally against the law. Do you think they give a shit? No. They're law enforcement officers. That has nothing to do with obeying the law. They just enforce it. And if the law is a judge's opinion, judges protect them and they know it. If the law is a jury's opinion, and the jury's going to protect the cops over you and they know it, they're going to do it. You're not going to be able to sue them personally or professionally. They're going to face zero consequences because you have not been jury-friendly. You want to be convincing and gain public favor, even statist public favor, you have got to act professionally. You have got to act intelligently without taking all these risky, no-benefit actions and making these decisions. This is no time to fuck around and try and be tough guy for attention on the internet. Now, sometimes it's funny. I've watched some videos that break my own rules and they're hilarious and I appreciate that. But there's some laughter elements of this is funny going on. Every time it's angry, I'm like, dude, the message you're sending, whether you're aware of it or not, is being picked up by a sixth sense humans have, whether they know it or not. That either you are confident via success or you are afraid because of powerlessness. People do not follow powerlessness. They follow confidence from success, especially when they don't know how best to act and look around. They're scared. What do scared people do in a crowd? They look around for someone who looks like they know exactly what the heck they're doing, and they're doing it confidently, and they follow that guy. I know what I'm talking about. I've done this. I've been on both sides of the fence in real-world scenarios. That is human nature, and they don't even have to be educated about it. If you want to hurt them, hurt their feelings, and call them bad names, that's like scratching somebody with your fingernail. You want to really get at them, really, hopefully create an environment and conditions in the future, hopefully short term, that actually create meaningful change and lessen their power, you've got to gain the favor of the statist public. Those people who haven't made up their mind yet. They're like, gee, I'm on the side of the police because I'm such a voting, tax-paying citizen, but gosh, I see there's a lot of police abuse out there too, and people are filming them, and I think that's a good thing, so which side should I believe? That's who we're after. And when you make content, especially if it's just for attention or praise from a bunch of people who don't do much in life other than sit at home and make YouTube comments and watch stuff because they were bullied too, and they love watching people who tell bullies to F off and rely on the protection of a camera or live streaming camera instead of logic and ethics and reason and rational behavior and professionalism. There's a crowd there. That's not the crowd you want to appeal to. If you actually mean it, if you really do have the public interest in mind, if you really are a quote-unquote journalist or activist who is trying to make the world a better place, you do not make cop watchers look bad with your goddamn ego.